All right, let's get right into it. When I say the name Frankenstein, what's the first thing you picture? I bet it's a huge, lumbering monster with bolts sticking out of his neck. But what if I told you that's not really the story at all? Today, we're going to peel back 200 years of pop culture and get to the real heart of Mary Shelley's original masterpiece. And trust me, it's tragic, it's brilliant, and it's way more philosophical than you might think.
So, I've got a question for you, straight up. Who is Frankenstein's monster? Go ahead, take a second. Picture him in your mind. What's he look like? How does he act? You got that image? Okay, hold on to it.
Is this the guy you were picturing?
Yeah, the classic green-skinned giant from the old Hollywood movies. If that's what you thought of, hey, you're not alone. That image is iconic. But the creature Mary Shelley actually wrote about, he is a world away from this famous face.
Right. So the monster that we all recognize, he wasn't born in a lab. He was born in a movie studio. He's a product of cinema, really, designed to be scary, to be a spectacle, just this big, lumbering, misunderstood brute.
But the creature from the actual novel? Oh, that's something else entirely. He's complex, he's incredibly intelligent, and honestly, he's just tragic. And when you see the differences side by side, it is absolutely staggering. Let's just break it down. The movie monster has the flat head, the bolts, he gets zapped to life by lightning, he can't speak, he's kind of childlike, and he gets violent. But Shelley's creature? Not even close. He had flowing black hair, yellowish skin, and here's the kicker. He was a genius. He taught himself to read and speak perfectly by, get this, secretly listening to a family and reading classic books like Paradise Lost.
I mean, just listen to how he actually speaks in the novel. That's not some grunting monster, is it? This is a being with a deep soul, capable of incredible expression, and, you can hear it, immense pain. His intelligence is actually one of the story's biggest tragedies.
And the differences, they go way deeper than just looks. In the book, Victor Frankenstein isn't just some mad scientist. He's a complicated, guilt-ridden guy. His fiancée, Elizabeth, she's brutally murdered, and that's a huge turning point. And the ending? The creature actually weeps over his creator's body before disappearing into the Arctic. The movies basically threw all that deep tragedy out the window for a simple horror show. So, if the creature isn't the simple monster we all thought he was, it kind of begs a pretty big question. Who is the real monster of the story? See, the novel is brilliant because it makes that question really, really blurry. And that's where things get interesting. Let's start our little investigation with suspect number 1, the creator himself, Dr. Victor Frankenstein. So let's look at the case against him. The case against Victor is pretty strong. He creates a living being, and then, the second he sees it, he's disgusted and just runs away. It is the ultimate act of terrible parenting. His ambition was all about him, all about glory, and he never once stops to show an ounce of compassion, even when his creation begs him for it. And here's the thing, every single death in this book can be traced right back to Victor's choices. Okay, but we can't just let the creature off the hook, right? I mean, he did some truly terrible things. So now let's turn the investigation toward him. The facts are the facts. He strangles Victor's little brother. He frames an innocent young woman for the crime, leading to her execution. He murders Victor's best friend and his new wife. As much as he started out innocent, he makes a conscious choice to get revenge. He lets all that pain and suffering corrupt him until he becomes the monster everyone thought he was.
But wait, there's a third suspect in the lineup, and this one might just be the most important of all: society.
From the very moment he comes into the world, the creature is met with nothing but screams, rocks, and violence. He's hated by every person he meets, not because of anything he did, but just because of how he looks. He tries so hard to connect with people, but he's met with pure terror every time. And all that constant, brutal rejection, that's the gasoline on the fire that turns his initial innocence into pure rage. So what's the verdict? Well, this is the genius of the book. It shows us that monstrosity isn't what someone looks like. It's a condition. It's this toxic cocktail brewed from Victor's irresponsibility, society's prejudice, and finally, the creature's own turn to vengeance. In a way, they all play a part in creating the monster.
But Frankenstein is about more than just finding the monster. It's a deep and frankly timeless warning about the dangers of unchecked human ambition and knowledge.
You see, the book's full title is Frankenstein or The Modern Prometheus.
Quick Greek myth recap. Prometheus was the guy who stole fire, which is really a symbol for knowledge and technology, from the gods and gave it to humans. He was a hero to us, but for his crime of overreaching, he was punished for all eternity. Shelley is directly telling us that Victor is a modern version of that story. And Victor's downfall follows that exact path. First, you've got this wild, selfish ambition. Then, he gets the knowledge he craves but completely fails to take any responsibility for what he's done. The result, total isolation, suffering, and the destruction of everyone he loves. And finally, just like Prometheus, he's consumed and destroyed by the very thing he created.
Now, it's easy to think, okay, that's a cool story from 200 years ago. But here's the thing. Shelley's warnings have never, ever been more relevant than they are today. The questions she was asking are the exact same questions we're grappling with right now.
I mean, think about it. Genetic engineering, cloning, we now have the power to literally rewrite the building blocks of life. But are we really thinking through the consequences? Or are we just like Victor, charging ahead, blinded by what we can do without asking if we should?
Or what about AI? We are actively building intelligences that can learn, adapt, and maybe even evolve beyond our control. The parallels to Victor creating a being he couldn't manage, well, they're pretty chilling, aren't they?
At the end of the day, Frankenstein pushes us to ask this huge fundamental question. Just because we have the power to do something incredible, does that automatically mean we should? Where do we draw that line between incredible progress and dangerous pride?
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. Shelley's masterpiece isn't really about a monster with bolts in his neck. It's about us. It's a timeless, powerful reminder that, with the godlike power to create, comes an immense and honestly a terrifying responsibility.